While your lips down, hips down, they should be up high. You ain't trying to sit down, no night. And I know your wrist down, you ain't worried about time. Trying to get a grip now, this gal grab my hand and 1, 2, 3, 4. I told her, I want you and I need you and I got you in your mind. I had to come on over cause the Lord girl you fine. I'm spending so much money on the meter outside. Señorita, that don't even matter cause you're coming with me. Yeah. Good God, that thing sound good. Listen, we're gonna do some call response right here. Let's get it in. Everybody say hi there, oh. Eddie. Come on, sax solo, get it.
Good morning, everybody. Excited to have you guys with us. Welcome to the Betting News Network, right here on YouTube, on X, and on Twitch. We appreciate you guys stopping by to kick off your Sunday. This is your best espresso in the AM. Let's just suck. My name's SPJ. Excited to have you guys with us. Kick off your Sunday morning. Hi, Suckman. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Excited for this game. Should be epic. And, thank you to the FIFA World Cup for saving us from the dog days for a long time. And you know me, I was just trying to hold over till Summer League, which starts on the 3rd. Wink, wink. But I'm so pumped for this game today.
I got a text from Sook yesterday, chat, that said, I'm addicted to basketball, or I'm addicted to the NBA. Aren't we all? We love to see it. Excited to have you guys with us. Thanks for stopping by. Brought to you by our sponsors at Lucky Rebel. You guys can bet a little bit of everything today, as Sook said, in the South Africa versus Canada game, which is the first of the starting point of the last 32 of the World Cup. The knockout rounds begin today. We'll talk about that game. Top Cheddar will be with us. Cheds will be stopping by to give us his favorite plays. What's going to go down today between the Canadians and the South Africans. Then we'll also have Flo a little bit later, as we have a nice, tasty 4-game WNBA slate today as well. And then Chef will be with us, bringing up the hub to give us the moves in the MLB streets. Thanks for being here. Thanks for starting off your Sunday with us. Chat, how we living? Welcome to the program. So, program. We're going to do something fun with Cheds when he joins us here in the next 7 to 10 minutes. We're going to build out our bracket. So we're going to make a last 32 bracket. We're going to go through all the matchups, and we're going to figure out who we think is going to win the World Cup now that the last 32 is set. And then Cheds will give us his favorite plays in the Canadian-South Africa game and hopefully not break Sook's heart. You can go read Shaggy Scribbles at bettingnews.com for free right now about what he likes in the game a little bit later today, this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 Central, as the first knockout round begins. I think they missed out the boat a little bit, Sookman. I think they could have had 2 games today. Don't know why there's only 1.
I kind of like the one. I like how spread out the tournament is. I know you soccer junkies are kind of like the Dave Chappelle meme of like, can I have some more? Like, you got any more? But like, I like how spread out it is. Just for the sake of you know me, I'm a one-screen guy. I'm not watching multiple.
Well, no, I don't need more games at the same time. But I think they could have done 1 at 2 and 1 at 6.
You
know what I'm saying? Like 1 primetime game on Sunday evening. Like, not having a game tonight feels weird. 3 games tomorrow. I think there's 3 games like the rest of the week. So, I mean, we're going to get back into the multi-games a day as we keep rocking and rolling through the knockout rounds. But as you said,
you know me, I just like randomly start thinking there's like some logistical reason that we don't know why it is the way that it is. I just don't get frustrated.
See, the thing is usually you would think the answer to that is yes, but sometimes it's just people aren't good at their jobs. So,
hey, it was like how Gerald said that they do cancel like concerts and stuff usually for games. So it's like that's a workaround that they do have. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it's the biggest competition in the world, and it only comes once every 4 years. Like, if they can't logistically figure it out, then what are we doing?
Hey,
there's
a United States of America joke in there somewhere.
Well, Canada and Mexico are roped in this year too, so we can't just totally lump it into the United States. This is North America. True. Yeah. Last night. First of all, shout out Flo J fucking Johnson, baby. Flo J. It was always Flo J versus Angel Reese. What a performance she and the Seattle Storm put up last night, taking down the Atlanta Dream. Flo J went crazy, double-double, 19 points. Malonga double-double. Fam had a great game as well. Natisha Heidemann, 20 points, and the Storm won as almost double-digit dogs at home, beat the Dream outright. Absolutely love it. We'll get there in just a second. We will have Cheds join us, or Ori. What's up, Ori? We'll be here. Cheds will be here in just a few minutes, and he'll give you his thoughts on what he likes. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. So stick around. We'll get there. Yeah, man. FloJ was great. The Storm team's fun. I said it on the show yesterday. They might be 3 and whatever it is, but now they're 4-18 or whatever their record is right now. But when you watch this team, a lot of young players that haven't quite played together that much, and they're starting to finally kind of put it together. They could make some noise down the stretch here in the back half of the WNBA season.
And it's super, super interesting because Fam and Malonga are international prospects, so they didn't have to stay in the NCAA. They're already in. Malonga's 20, she's on her second year. Fam's 20, she's in her rookie year. This is an incredibly young team by WNBA standards, and now it weirdly makes sense, SPJ, how they moved on from some of those veterans that they had on the squad last year. I know we like betting Gabby and stuff, but it kind of seems like the front office knew, hey, we got to roll the dice with these kids, especially once they got the Fam pick, and she's from Spain and she's great.
They're not going to develop unless you play them, which is probably the way they were thinking. They got the bag, and Gabby Williams moving on to the Valkyries, which I thought was a win-win for both teams. Nyeka was on the back half of her career. She's got a couple good years left in the tank.
That phrase that you just said, they're not going to develop if they don't play, to like some of the NBA teams, like cough Wizards, cough Jazz. Like, hey,
Pelicans.
You're going to draft people second overall and then just force them to sit on the bench so you can get another top 5 pick the next year. Oh my God, low IQ stuff.
The Pels. I mean, how many times did you bitch and moan about Jeremiah Fears last year?
And Dyson Daniels. Then they gave Dyson Daniels away.
Yeah, this is bozo behavior. Speaking of bozo behavior, in the World Cup yesterday, we'll talk about the dub. We'll have Flo with us here at the half-hour mark of the show. He'll be joining us to talk through what he likes in the WNBA streets today, and I'll give you my favorite plays as well. I had that lotto that was 150,000. Brother, it asked so many questions. I was like, if this list misses by Monique Billings 1 rebound, I am going to absolutely lose my motherfucking mind. But thank God some of the other legs missed, but it was very close because we did have a banger and a half in Seattle, like we thought about yesterday.
What did you think about the snub?
What do you mean?
Angel Reese not dapping up FloJ at the end of the game.
Oh, they're both petty, man. I haven't. This does not surprise me whatsoever.
You know what frustrates me sometimes is that like these players have to go a little bit more big brain of like, hey, FloJ is the one that put her hand up, and like for the sake of marketing, you don't look bad if you just dap her up quick. You can still absolutely hate her and dislike her. We saw LeBron and Kyrie just both touch the top of each other's heads repeatedly, right? To try to prove like who's above the other one. So Angel, just dap up. You're on cereal boxes.
They're still young, man. They're still young.
True.
And I don't know. I mean, it might have been a situation where FloJ was actually leaning into it a little bit because she is like, I finally got my lick back and got the dub at home, and Angel didn't like that. I don't know. I had zero issue with it, to be honest.
Zero issue. I'm surprised.
No, it just feels like par for the course for me. Like, especially with how, again, Angel's petty. We know that she wears her emotions on her sleeve. And I mean, FloJ was just trying to rub it in a little bit, and she wasn't having it. Just felt like a normal interaction. I want to talk to you, and then we'll get Cheds up here because Ched's joining us. Can't wait to break down the matches of the round of 32 bracket with him and then get his thoughts on this Canadian game today. Yesterday, 6 games. Craziness happened top to bottom. There were some normal results that as England qualified, obviously won the group, et cetera, et cetera. But I want to talk with you about this because I want to get my thoughts out on the offside ruling that happened in the end of the Colombia-Portugal game. I posted the image that FIFA used to say that Davidson Sanchez was off. I think it's Davidson Sanchez, not Davidson. Anyway, Sanchez. I can't remember his first name. Was offside for Colombia. I watched that entire game. Great game. And he's off by his toenail, Suck. His toenail. And do you understand the rules of offside? Like,
just quickly break it down for me one time.
It's kind of hard to like break down specifically, but it basically means that you, as a attacking player, you have to have one legal defender. You can't be the last person to touch the ball before you score. There it is. There's his toenail. Yeah, Chaz, you can join us in just a second. Let me just get my thoughts out, and then I want to get your response. this has been a problem for me, and I think VAR is very important for the game of soccer or football across the globe. I get it, but the thing is that like the whole essence of the rule of offside is actually not to be adjudicated like this. Like this is not how offside should be adjudicated. And as somebody who played soccer, I played soccer since I was 2 years old. I've seen so many professional matches. I've been to so many games. If you played soccer at a high level, you know that this is not how offside is supposed to be technically adjudicated, which is why FIFA is looking into adding the winger rule, which is done by Arsene Wenger, who used to be the Arsenal head coach and now is really high up in the FIFA ranks, which is basically the player has to be completely past the person to be technically offside. So if there's daylight between that player and the last defender. Now, I don't know how I feel about that specifically, but I do think that that would make it a little bit less that this is what we end up with, because this happens all the time. It's obviously become a big talking point now because FIFA's the World Cup is so widely watched and everything like that. But this happens almost every single weekend in the EPL, La Liga, Bundesliga. Like it happens all the time, and it's not how offside is supposed to be adjudicated. Also, chat, anybody else watching this, if you're new to following soccer, it's offside. Offsides is not a thing in soccer. In football, it's offside. There is no S. Just a quick little thing that's always pissed me off with American coverage of soccer. Yeah, see, Stifler's right. It's not a it's the second thing about this too, and then we're getting there, Austin. We're getting there. You can pull this out and then or pull this down. Pull out sec. The other thing too is it really pisses me off that they don't show that line is like the fabricated version of what we just watched live. Like it's a graphical version of it. Like just show me the game, stop the footage, put the line down, and then we can. I'd rather see that than whatever the hell the FIFA 2024 version of that graphic is.
And maybe Cheds can talk about this because he's a hockey guy too. It's like, do they have to physically put a line down? Like, what's the alternative here if people are complaining about this system, Cheds?
All right, we got Cheds in the house. Welcome, buddy. How you doing? Good to see you. Goats are muted.
Dude, how about now? Jesus, every time.
You're in.
I was listening to a conversation. I wanted to get in on this. The first thing is the last thing you said. Please, no, don't. The semi-automated offside, which is what they do now with those like little like it looks 3D or whatever, significantly better than the Premier League. The Premier League does the stupid like actual image and then they try to draw their own lines and they fuck it up all the time. Don't do that. The semi-automated offside, I think, is much better in terms of getting like it's right. They have the line correct. I like the semi-automated far more than getting a picture. And then like I said, literally in the Premier League, they draw the lines by hand and sometimes like they'll just miss people. Like it's just done wrong. So no. The other thing is like I understand the outrage and obviously I think there would be more goals scored, right, if you allowed this. But no matter what they do, there's going to be some point where like someone's going to be annoyed. So if you then move it to the entire body, it'll be like, well, a fraction of his elbow is still in line with this guy. And then you're like, okay, eventually you got to have some sort of like black and white, like, this is offside, this is not offside. So now you're just moving it forward to, you're going to complain about this guy's foot being an inch off versus like this guy's like ponytail being in line with the guy behind him. I don't think it's going to change. It's just going to have people are going to be pissed off when it's close the other way.
Well, people are going to bitch and moan regardless of how they end up getting.
That's how people are.
That's how the world is. However, what I will say is it has to be something that you can obviously score a goal with, which is what they have technically qualified. So it's got to be your foot, your knee, your head, your shoulder. It can't be like your elbow or your arm.
Yep.
As just somebody who watched, like, it bothers me that it happens so, and I know you as someone who follows like domestic soccer as well, like this happens a lot. Like it happens. This is not a new thing. Obviously, like I said, it's become very widely talked about today. We also saw it in the end of the Iran game. That was something that was incredibly close. It's just something. It's the essence of the rule was created so people don't just cherry pick. Like that was the whole reason why this rule. And I know you're saying that it's got to be black and white. And we have these discussions about the NFL quite often with like pass interference and things like that. There are just some rules that are just, they're gray by design. And it's frustrating for people that are watching, even if you're someone who played the game, know it really well, or if you're someone who has officiated versus like somebody who's a little more casual. Like it's really difficult to then determine what does make those gray rules black and white. And it's hard because there is no, I don't think there is a right way to do it. It's just frustrating to watch and see them try to flounder and figure it out. And then this is the way that they have tried to make it black and white. But then you see a guy with his toenail offside. And I mean, I even watched in real time. Taylor Twellman.
It looked onside. I thought it was onside too.
I did too. And I mean, the broadcast thought he was onside. Taylor Twellman, who did the broadcast afterwards, even commented saying he was like, it looked onside to me. I still think he's onside. Like I know the line says that, but I don't believe that. And it's like, it's just, it's so hard, you know.
It's tough because the camera angles aren't like the perfect. Like the camera angles we see on TV aren't the perfect lines. Like.
Yeah,
with everything, so like
up and down, you know.
Yeah, we're never gonna see like that exact angle. I do agree. Jeff put it in the YouTube chat. It sucks when VAR ruins a moment like that, where you have like this, like even yesterday with Iran, I thought was pretty easy. He was pretty offside. It wasn't really. I know it was close, but he was offside.
Yeah.
This one was even tighter. But regardless, it does suck when you have like this like moment of elation, and it's just like the entire country going nuts. And it just comes back. It's gone to a point now with like all soccer, like domestic soccer, whatever it is like every time your team scores, you almost have to like, oh, okay, we scored, but like let's make sure the ball's kicked off. Like let's make sure there's a kickoff or something.
I used to go to Arsenal games when I lived in London, Cheds. I had season tickets, so I went to a lot of games at the Emirates, and the amount of times you would score, and I immediately would shift my focus to the big screen to make sure that there wasn't a
VAR check,
VAR check, just to make sure.
So it definitely it ruins the moment a little bit, but on the other side, it's also if it is done well, it should be getting rid of all these like terrible calls. Which, look, again, I think people are annoyed. By the letter of the law, he's offside. I don't think it should be causing this much drama as it is. Like he was offside, even though it might be by an inch. Whatever it is, I think no one's ever going to keep everyone happy. Someone's going to be upset at the call at the end of the day, regardless. What pisses me off far more than that is, especially in England, the VAR refs just refuse to make like objective calls. The VAR refs in England are the worst in the world because they hate to like show up the reps, and they're like, oh, we want to protect our guys. The thing that happened 2 years ago, what was it, the Liverpool Tottenham game? Where they just called offside and they didn't see another defender back there, and they just the next day they gave an apology to Liverpool, like, oh, thanks for the apology, we just lost 3 points. Like there's stuff like that pisses me off way more. If we're gonna have this, like, you better get the right call.
I agree with that 100%. I mean, that's been my gripe, and we've talked about this in the NBA, we've talked about this in the NFL. Like, if you're going to have it where you can look at it properly, and if you want to adjudicate the rule correctly, then adjudicate it. Like, call it correctly. There's no way you should be able to look at something 3 or 4 times as a professional referee and get it wrong. Yeah, like that's frustrating.
Dude, it happens in the Premier League though. Like I swear I saw it at least 5 or 6 times where like the Monday after the PGMOL's writing out a sorry to some team. And I'm like, God, what is this sorry good for? Like the team lost or drew or whatever. Change the result of this game.
2-minute report in the NBA that comes out, and they're like, yeah, they messed up 3
times. If anything, that might almost piss me off more. I was like, let's get it right. We spent however much time the VAR check took. And it was like, if you're gonna do it, get it right.
Yeah.
And that's the one that pisses me off way more than the right call, although close.
Yeah. The other thing I saw, because again, I posted this on the timeline, and I have, it has obviously now crossed into the space where I'm getting, vulgar responses, which is the beautiful part of Twitter. The thing about a lot of people are arguing and saying like, oh, well, the assistant referee like lifted his flag, so he called it offside. The linesmen in FIFA World Cup competitions have earphones, they have earbuds, and they get the signals sometimes that something is offside, which is why they put up their flag in comparison. So they have a couple seconds themselves to call it by their eyeballs, and then they have somebody ping them in their ears that tells them those really close ones are offside or onside. So that's why he actually did lift his flag after about 5 to 10 seconds. And then it obviously correctly got called offside because he got worried about that.
Actually, honestly, for most of the new rule changes that FIFA's made, I'm actually a really big fan of.
I agree with that.
A lot of them. You know what's one that really pisses me off, and it keeps happening every game, is someone who likes to bet on corners. So they implemented the rule now that if they call a corner and it's not a corner, they can take it back. With VAR, we'll check really quickly, whatever, fantastic. But the inverse isn't reviewable. So if a referee doesn't call a corner and it was a corner, they just don't check it. Which seems so ass backwards to me, because why are we able to check one when it's probably just as important the other way? So then if I was a referee and if there was even a 1% chance that this might be a corner, I would just call a corner, because then they could review it. And it literally, the reviews take 5 seconds. Like one camera angle, they find it, bang, they give the ball back. So Need the Nuke said don't bet. I'm not talking about it from a betting perspective. I'm talking about it from a game perspective.
Yeah.
If there's any chance that there is even potentially a corner, just give it. It takes them 10 seconds to give it right back. If not, but the fact that you can't review it the other way, like, I think it's either one, the referee should just call everything 50-50 a corner and let them fix it. Or two, just review it. Within 5 seconds of one angle, you'll be able to tell, that it's a corner the other way. So that's the only one that confuses me, why they could take corners away but not add them.
That's kind of the same ilk of in the NFL, that how some things are reviewable and some things aren't, when it's like, just make everything reviewable. I don't care. It takes 10 seconds to look at it, and then we move on and then get the right call, and bang, bang, you're moving.
It's the same thing in the NHL. There's stuff like you can't review in the NHL. Right. Like, for example, in the NHL, if the referees call a major penalty, you can review it, but if it's just a 2-minute penalty, they don't allow you to review it. Right. So referees right now, if they don't know, they'll just call it a major, even though it wasn't worth it. The games will take, the game's already taking longer anyway. I don't think there's enough situations like that. And for something as stupid as a corner, again, when they do the corner kicks, it takes them like 10 seconds to overturn it.
I've watched many games across various sports where they spend way too much time on a fucking holding penalty or something like that. I can't think of a specific example, but there's been plenty of times where I've watched a game and said, did we really need to take this much time to review that? And then in these huge moments, defining plays of a game, they either don't look at it or they take like 3 seconds to look at it. So I think the end all be all, because I do agree it would take too long if you checked absolutely everything.
Yeah. But instead of limiting what is or is not reviewable, just give every team a certain amount of challenges. 100%. And that team, like, whether it's up to the team to decide whether that little holding call is worth wasting one of their challenges or not.
Yep.
But give every team an X finite amount. Let's say if you get 2 wrong, you're out of them. But as long as you keep getting them right, you're fine. But I would then just, the team decides whether this is worth challenging or not, as opposed to the league saying, oh, you can't challenge a holding, whatever it is. Just give it, put it on the teams, kind of similar to what ABS is, where it's the players get to decide whether this is challengeable to them or not.
I would have, as a fan of multiple leagues and multiple sports, I would have zero issue with that. That would be fine, because then this team has a certain amount. You use them when you can. If you run out of them, you don't have them anymore, and then you're shit out of luck.
But again, as an NHL fan, I don't see why I'm not allowed to review a tripping call when a guy clearly toe picked. In the that happened in the NHL playoffs. I think it was Quinn Hughes. He toe picked. They called a trip in overtime, and it's why is that not challengeable when it really should be? So again, end of the day, I think teams should just be able to challenge whatever they want with penalties if you get them wrong. The NHL does a really good job of that. It was if you're wrong, you get a penalty. So then it's not everyone able to challenge everything. And the same way as if you have to find some happy medium, because I agree, you're going to take forever if everyone challenges everything. But the NHL does a good job where you can take as many challenges as you want, but if you keep getting wrong, the other team's going to keep getting power plays. Or in the MLB, it's, if you waste them, you don't have them the rest of the game. Either one of those, in my opinion, is fine. But you also can't let a team challenge absolutely everything.
Yeah. Well, we could probably spend a lot more time talking about the gripes of officiating that we have. But for the sense of time, let's go through our bracket real quick. Let's kind of look at the round of 32 and let's pick and choose team. We don't have to spend a lot of time on it. We'll just kind of pick which teams we think are going to win these games. We don't have to go deep dive into it. So
first 2 look easy.
Yeah, Germany and France, right? We don't need to spend too much time on it.
I'm not worried about those 2.
Okay. Germany and France should get the job done first round. Today's game, we'll get to this to kind of finish this off. Canada, South Africa.
I think it's a lot closer than people want to say. I don't hate an upset call here for South Africa.
Okay.
I don't hate it. I'm not gonna like bet it, but I don't think this Canada team's necessarily that great. They look pretty bad against Switzerland. Obviously, Switzerland's better than South Africa. I'll put Canada, but I don't feel that good about them.
With big conviction. Let's go Canada since we've got a Canadian on the screen with us, just for the vibes.
Oh, we don't have to do that.
No, I agree. I think they probably win, but I wouldn't.
I think they're better, but it's closer.
This one's interesting. Netherlands, Morocco.
This might be the best game of the round of 32. These are two really, really good teams. I think the Netherlands have kind of figured it out, but this is a toss-up for me. Yeah. I don't feel good either way on either of these teams.
Let's go Netherlands just for the vibes, although I think Morocco has a really good chance to win that game. Portugal, Croatia.
These are right? Both of these teams. I've been disappointed in them in the World Cup. I don't think either of them have been great. I think Portugal's probably the better team, so I'll go with them, but I don't feel great about them in the next round, knowing who they're about to play.
I don't feel good about them getting past the next game after this. Spain, obviously. What I mean. Yeah. Spain beating Austria, most likely. Yes. All right. Let's keep going. USA, Bosnia. Got to be USA, right?
Sure. I don't think it's that much of a lock either there.
I don't either.
I think a lot of the North American teams aren't that great. I'll go with the US because, again, Bosnia hasn't looked great in their attacking game, but, like, I think that's pretty close.
This is another good one. Belgium, Senegal. This could be
I go Senegal. I go upset. Belgium doesn't impress me whatsoever.
Okay.
I like that Senegal team. They're fun.
I think
this is a fun one. I love this Japanese team. I don't know. Toss a coin. I think Brazil's really, like, Vinny's taking his game to the next level.
Yeah.
I think Brazil probably win, but I love this Japan team. I'll be upset if they lose.
All right. For the sense of vibes, let's go with Brazil. But
Brazil should win this.
I'm with you. Japan could be fun. That's another good one. Ivory Coast taking on Norway.
I think Norway would take it, but that's a close one. I'll go Norway.
Yeah, I agree. Holland will probably bang him through.
I've seen a lot of people talking upset in this game. I've seen people. I like Mexico.
Mexico, the only team that did not lose a game and allowed 0 teams to score against them in the group stages.
Mexico just doesn't lose when they're playing in Mexico. Their record is insane. Like all these games are in the Mexico City Stadium, so it's in the Estadio Azteca. They don't lose when they play there. It's a terrifying matchup. I think they'll win that one.
Okay. And then England. I think England beats the Democratic Republic of Congo.
I do too.
But it could be dicey, especially if England fucks around like they did in the first half yesterday.
I don't think they were great. I don't think England's great. From what I've seen, I don't think they're going that far. But I think they'll beat Congo.
I agree. Argentina don't even need it. I mean,
what do you mean? Cape Verde's got the best goalie alive.
Oh, man, dude! If he has another clean sheet against,
he's going to like 70 million followers on Instagram.
Insane. Egypt, Australia, Australia. Interesting one here too. Probably Egypt though. No,
Egypt really disappointed me in the game against Iran. They didn't look great. I think they're the better team. I'll go Egypt, but Australia's actually been pretty good. I'll go Egypt though.
All right, let's go Egypt. And last couple of boxes here: Sweden, Algeria,
Switzerland.
Switzerland, not Sweden. Switzerland, Algeria, and then Colombia, Ghana.
I'll go Colombia. I'm really impressed with Colombia.
I do.
They look great. They should have won yesterday.
You can get a good price on Colombia to get to the quarterfinals for plus 130. I think that's a nice bet, which you'll see when we're in the round of 16 now.
That's such a banger matchup right there.
Germany and France.
I'll go France, but I wouldn't be surprised if Germany. You can never count Germany out.
No, Mbappe's going to have to be him in Netherlands.
Whoever wins the round of 32 game between the Netherlands and Morocco, I'll take them to win the round of 16 as well.
Okay, so Netherlands there. Portugal, Spain? Spain, right?
I think you have to go Spain with what we've seen, but it's another one of those, like, if you tell me Portugal wins, I'm not that surprised.
Okay.
But Spain.
Indeed. USA, Senegal?
Senegal. I'm a big believer in the Senegal team, man.
Wow.
Big believer. They look so good.
USA from chat, but I think we're just a little biased there. Brazil, Norway?
Probably Brazil. That Norway defense scares me.
They
got a good attack. That'll be a fun game to bet goals, but I don't trust Norway.
Brazil. I bet Brazil to reach the quarterfinal round at minus 110. I think that's a good price.
I'm going upset. Estadio Azteca, give me Mexico to upset England.
Wow,
Mexico. In Mexico City.
That dude, I'm telling you, I think they're like going into the World Cup. I think it was like 18 straight games. Obviously, they haven't lost yet in the World Cup, so I think it's 21 games now.
That's crazy.
I believe it's 21 games now in a row where, like, one, they don't give up goals in Mexico. I think in those before the World Cup, because I remember I think it was 16 games and they gave up 8 goals. So now I believe it's 19 games and they still have given up 8 goals because I don't think they've allowed one.
Crazy town. All right, Argentina. I don't even think we need it. I don't think we need to
Argentina.
This one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Argentina beating Egypt. And then I like Colombia here.
Yeah, I go Colombia too.
Yeah, I think that's it. All right, so now we're into the quarterfinal rounds, moving and grooving here, and then we'll get your thoughts on this Canadian game before we love you and leave.
Go France.
Yep, France. Down for that. Where are we going next? Spain, Senegal?
Yeah, I'll go Spain. I like Senegal. I don't like them that much.
Yeah. Brazil, Mexico?
I'll go Brazil. I think, again, this is kind of
it's in America. They're in Miami Stadium. Things might run out.
But even then, I love an underdog, but eventually there's like a talent gap.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. I mean, Argentina looks great. Colombia looks great. They play each other a lot. I don't know what their head-to-head looks like, but I'll go Argentina. But
this would be an absolute banger.
Colombia would be one of my dark horses. I really like how they've looked in that group.
I do too. Diaz is obviously also on a tear as well. France, Spain.
That makes me so upset they can't meet in the finals. Those two teams. I'll go France.
Yeah, France. Okay, and then Argentina, right? Are we just going chalky against Brazil? Oh, that's another banger.
That's a banger matchup.
Yeah.
Are we just gonna go? I feel like it's kind of boring. Just run back the exact same final from last year,
right?
Or from last World Cup. I'll go Argentina. I think there's a better team than Brazil are, but I hate going to the same exact final too.
Well, then I guess do we flip it around and say France wins it this time?
I think France are the best team in the world. Yes, I think they'll win this time around.
All right. Well, there you go. We got that. We had a couple of surprises in there, but mostly chalk to finish this off.
I feel like that's how it always it's tough in even you see in NCAA, the Cinderella eventually just falls out eventually as you make it further into it. I think end of the day, I don't know how we get there, but I would need the nukes. France will win it. I just don't know how we get there.
I can't remember the exact stat, but Shags had this when we were talking about this, that there's the same 5 or 6 countries have won the World Cup. There you go. Only 8 countries have ever won it. As you said, when you get to the Final Four, the talent discrepancy between the countries eventually shows itself.
It's tough because everyone loves to root for an underdog, but at the end of the day, it's very rare that they win it, right? And I hate calling even a country like Colombia an underdog because they have some really, really good players. But fact of the matter is, I don't think they have enough to go up against a team like France. France could put together a team of the guys who didn't make the France roster and probably make it to the round of 16. The depth that country has is insane.
The reason why it is interesting though, because it is one-off. It's a one-off game, and everybody has a bad day.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody has a bad game, and that's why it's fascinating. But we're going to see how it plays out for the next couple of weeks.
But for a Cinderella, you need to have multiple teams to have bad games. Eventually that luck runs out.
It does.
Obviously, it happened in 2004 Euros where Greece won it all. But that's why it was one of the craziest things that ever happened, because that just doesn't happen very often.
Sure doesn't. That was incredible, though, man. That was insane. Okay, let's break down the game today, and then we'll get you out of here. We got Flo coming up soon in just a minute. Talk some WNBA as well. I know you said you don't love this matchup specifically with some of the props and things like that with Canada and South Africa going head-to-head this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern in LA. Did you find any best that you do like in this game?
The value kind of sucks on all. The only guy I really trust from Canada is Jonathan David. He hasn't been great I think he only has one game where he scored, but obviously it was a hat trick in the one game that he did score. But I like his shots. He's been pretty involved. He's been going forward. South Africa has been giving up a good amount of chances when they have played. So I like Jonathan David. Outside of that, I'm really curious to see if Alphonso Davies can play.
Right.
Obviously he's the biggest star name on the country, and they usually play him a little bit more forward, so he doesn't play left back much for Canada. They kind of play more on the left wing to give him a little more further forward. I'm sure he'd be on your free kicks and kind of set pieces and that type of deal. So I think I want to see if he's in the lineup, because they keep saying he's available, but they just never put him in, so he might be more hurt than they're letting to lead on. So it's really just David. Outside of that, Kyle Aaron's looked okay. He's been good for one shot on target, but even his one shot on target value kind of sucks. On the other side, South Africa's been kind of a low-key good shot team. I think they have like 14 plus shots in back-to-back games against South Korea and the Czech Republic. And their lines were set at like 9 shots, which I think could be decent value. They have 17 against the Czech Republic and 13 against South Korea, which I feel like those are pretty decent. So I like their value. You get 9 at even money or even plus money, I think, on some books. I think overall the game will be an under. I think both teams will attack, but I don't think they're necessarily that good attacking wise. I didn't really look at corners with these two teams, so I don't have any data on that one. But I like South Africa to shoot. I like the call of extra time, honestly. So if you play South Africa or Jar's 90-minute line, you'll get some extra value, and you can take that. But this game, just nothing really stands out to me. Is like I'm confident one side or the other.
Yeah. Shags wrote about this at bettingnews.com. He likes the under 2.5, so he's kind of with that. Get a little bit of extra juice there on the minus 142 price if you'd like to go with a sweat for the under 2.5. Like you said, maybe it does end up being a little bit of a sweaty game under and things like that. Yeah. Did you look into any names on the South African side that you found in the shooting department that you might like?
I got it up right here, so let's see who's shooting the most. So last game was, what's his first name? Thapelo Masiko. He had 5 shots against South Korea. He scored. Before that, he had 3 shots against the Czechs. What are his odds? Assuming he'll be good odds because there's heavy juice. 1 shot on target for him is plus 140. What about 2 shots? 2 shots for him is minus 125. It's not bad. He only has 1 shot on target in those 8 shots, so he's not the most accurate fella. But I mean, that's not terrible value at minus 125. He's been the most involved. He averages 2.5 shots per game when he plays for South Africa. So if I'm going to take anyone, he looks decent. If I remember correctly, I thought they had a left back who was pretty attacking. But again, I just don't know the names well enough.
I mean, Jonathan David is for just 4 shots minus 110. That kind of gives you an idea of what his involvement is.
I like David to shoot, but 4 is a little high. And they have a lot of the thing with Canada is they have a lot of strikers. Again, names I don't want to mess up because the other 2 are really difficult. Like obviously you have David, you have Laren, you have the other David, and then you have Oluwasei. I probably mispronounced that completely. Like when you have a lot of strikers, like he's bound to get subbed off. So unless you have the sub on play on, that could be a little scarier as well. I will say David played 90 minutes in back-to-back games, so I think they probably like he's one of their biggest names. I think he'll play the entire time, but I don't see the value in 4 shots being even money for him.
You can get him TSOA if you would like to as well, minus 110, depending on where you're shopping for Jonathan David. Which is not bad. Good playable price if you do think that he's going to be involved with one of the Canadian goals. But as you mentioned, maybe this is a little cagier and we only see 1 to 2 goals.
I really would want Alphonso Davies in because I think his price for 1 shot on target is pretty good if he's healthy enough to play. I would only take it on a sub on book because even if he does play, since he hasn't played the entire tournament, I think he probably gets subbed off in like 50, 60 minutes. I doubt he's good to go an entire game. But I like his value because I know he's typically been on set pieces and stuff like that when he is healthy.
The Alphonso Davies minus 105, I'm seeing shot on target price. But as you said, shop around and make sure you find it where they will give you value, even if he subs in or subs out or doesn't play at all. All right, man. Well, for the sense of time, we're going to move and groove now. Thanks for stopping by.
Appreciate it.
Nice bringing in the chalk with France and Argentina and getting to the final. Fun to see that. Cheds will be back with us later next week. Look out for some scribbles from him tomorrow on what he likes in the 3 games. That one banger you talked about is going to be tomorrow. Brazil and Japan tomorrow.
I'm excited for that game.
It's going to be a good one for sure. Have a great rest of your day, dude. Have a good Sunday, and we appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Take it easy, Cheds. Good stuff. Ooh. Sorry. Any thoughts as a Canadian before we get Flo up here? He's waiting patiently.
Yeah, it's been such a story with Davies, and I don't know how teams game plan. We kind of talked about this weirdly enough with the Spurs in the finals. Like you can't have one of your lead guys be hobbled, and I do think that it's like probably weird for some of the guys in and out of the lineup of like, do they know if they're going to start, if they're going to play their full complement of minutes, or is Davies going to come in? And he's coming off horrific injuries. I know everyone's talking about the hamstring, but didn't he tear his ACL as well? I'm pretty sure they were talking about that before the tournament. So he's beat up and the team is beat up in general. So I am a little bit afraid, but I gamble for fun, so I'm placing bets on the Canadians today.
Of course. All right, so let's move on from the soccer. You can go check out Shag's article if you would like to. We might put the under 2.5 in the parlay today, so just to
Sure.
for the vibes before we move on. But you can go check out what Shags likes in this game. He does have correct score prediction in there as well. And as we said, 3 games tomorrow as the knockout rounds of the FIFA World Cup continue. But let's move to the Lady Hoopers. We've got 4 games on the WNBA streets today, and we got the dub. We got the man in the house. Do you want to play the intro, Suck, or should we just get Flo up here?
Let's play that intro. We gotta
get the music grooving and ready to go.
Let me see if I can find it.
There's going to be Olivia Miles and Paige Beckers today.
Oh my God.
Toe-to-toe. Ooh, baby, that game's in like 20 minutes too.
You see, I'm getting close, I accelerate, going faster than fast, hit the gas, lose control, I won't crash, running high, put your money on the dash, throw the dice, lose control, I won't crash, running low, I won't crash, when you slow, I won't crash, running, take, you running on the road, so get out the way, push the pedal to the floor, going all the way, yeah, you see I'm getting close, I accelerate, going faster than fast, hit the gas.
The homie. What's up, Flo? How we doing, big dog?
Happy Sunday, fellas. How
Happy
we
Sunday.
feeling? Feeling amazing over here.
Let's go, dude. Excited to have you with us. This is obviously Stephen Florival, our WNBA quant in the house, ready to rock and roll for the vibes up in New York. 4 games today. Let's get straight to business, man. Well, real quick. Did you watch the Storm game yesterday, take down the Dream, and did you get involved with the Flo J taking on Angel Reese hatred?
Man, I was watching from the sideline as my guy in the house of Stems. Stem hit that 25 piece with Flo J. That was amazing. Here come the Storm, and it's crazy because it's all gelling together with like this young cast. Like they feel kind of like the WNBA Spurs, where like Malonga looks amazing, Fam's getting her feet underneath her, and man, Valkyries have done almost everything right since they become a franchise, but giving away Flo J for free feels like the one mistake that they've probably made. But yeah, that was a great team win. Great team win.
We talked about this, and I said it too, that I look out for this team, man, in the back half of the season. They might be shitty on their record, but now they're all starting to put it together. Heidemann leading the snake, but I mean, Flo J, when she's playing like that, Malonga, like you mentioned, is looking dominant, and Fam putting it together too. So big win for the Storm yesterday against the Dream. But as I said, 4 games today, and I mean, this first one in about an hour and 20 minutes is going to be an absolute banger. Wings taking on the Lynx. Paige Beckers taking on Olivia Miles. It's going to be cinema. Check this game out this afternoon before the Canada game kicks off in the World Cup. 3.5-point dogs are the Wings, dude. Over 100 is 178.5. Big total. These teams have played each other a couple times this season already, so we've got a decent sample size of what these matchups look like. I got to play in this game too, but I'm sure you do as well. What do you like in this one?
Couple things I like. So first one I like is I like Natasha Howard's rebound points ladder to 25. I already have her on LA. Yesterday I put it with Julie Alamon. I appreciate you for those 8 and 10 assists. So hopefully we can bring it home. But you look at, let me just pull up some numbers really quick. This Dallas team has been beaten up in the paint, 4th most points in the paint, and we've seen like this pick and roll. And really it's just a mastery of Olivia Miles where there's not really a pocket pass. Like she'll just find Natasha Howard. So she's had 25 and 21 points in 2 games against the Dallas Wings this year. So I love Natasha Howard. A sneaky one that I did on the side because while doing my numbers, I noticed that the Dallas Wings are giving up top 5 rebounds to guards. They're a bottom 5 rebound team overall. Coming off of a game where I want to say Jackie Young just had 8 rebounds. So I have Courtney Williams 6 and 8 rebounds paired with Chelsea Gray's 8 assists and double-double on FanDuel. I'll be able to explain more Chelsea later. But basically, the numbers go 2 games versus Dallas this year. Courtney has 5 and 8 rebounds. And if you look at 6 of her last 8 games, she has 7+ rebounds when playing 28 minutes against teams bottom 5 in rebounds. And obviously, you have like this Dallas Wings team. They spread it out. They're fast-paced. They shoot from all odd angles. They don't really have a true center. Like Jess Shepard's an amazing center, but not a big bruising, I'm going to be in the lane. I'm all over the place. So it lends itself to the Wings grabbing rebounds. So to me, that reads as Olivia Miles or Courtney. I desperately wanted to get there on Olivia Miles, but when I looked at the chart for Courtney, I saw nothing but green on the chart. So Natasha Howard points, and I like Courtney's rebounds a ton.
Well, as per usual, we're seeing things pretty similarly. I like this points ladder a lot. I took the PR, got 23.5 points and rebounds for Natasha Howard, 20 points in back-to-back games against 2 games against Washington. And as you mentioned, 21 and 26 points in the 2 games against the Dallas Wings this season. I took the PR because she's also had fantastic rebounding games against these teams. Not really getting over the line in those 2, but in the games last year when she was a member of the Fever, and, an elephant never forgets, 12 and 16 boards in those games as well. It's hard to ignore Jessica Shepard on the other side. She's been fantastic for this team. So if you want to maybe get some stock and buying in some Jessica Shepard stuff, that's fine. Beckers has also been really good in this matchup too, with her taking on Miles. But as you mentioned, I really like Natasha Howard here, so I'm with you on that one. And I do like the Courtney Williams shout as well. All right, dude, let's keep it going. Let's move on.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I broke the cardinal rule, which is if the day starts off, you got
first
basket because
come on, man.
Vibes. We're 0 for our last 2. I owe everyone one, so I apologize, but it's loading soon. So here's what I think is going to happen here, okay? It's always the frustration. It's the first basket, right? What lunatic bets first baskets? This guy.
That guy.
Akawir is now jumping for the Wings. It's an X factor. She hasn't won a tip yet, but she's 6'6". Natasha Howard 6'2". There's 2 ways she jumps. The traditional way, you tap it back, or the volleyball way. We don't want the volleyball way because if she does that, this might be dead in the water. But if she does backwards, I like Paige at, I want to say, please shop around, but I believe it's 500 on FanDuel, 585 on DraftKings, plus 1,000, 0.25 on each one. 585 for Paige, plus 1,000 for AZ FUD. They have multiple variations, but the one where they bring AZ off that little pin down, and she could just get to the midi, and the Lynx play drop coverage, it's a perfect match made in heaven. So I think that plus 1,000 could be right there. Ball got to go in hole, and we need no volleyball tips at the tip. So that's my first basket for the first game today.
Let's go. As you said, Sunday, vibes are high, 1 o'clock in the afternoon for some hoopers. You got to have a first basket sweat.
Absolutely.
So let's move on. Let's go to the next game. Mystics taking on the Portland Fire. 6.5 point favorites are the Mystics, 167.5 point total. I like quite a few things in this game on the Mystics side. I ended up pressing a little bit more of a sneaky button, though. But do you like some of the chalk here with either Citrone, Kiki, or Shakira?
Yeah, play of the day for me is Kiki, area fan, 25 PR. I think she could just get busy. Shakira Austin's clearly coming back from this injury. She's on some kind of minutes cap, where she's stopping at 24-25. Last 6 games, let me read you some numbers. Portland Fire, most boards allowed, second most O boards, second most points in the paint, and overall this year, second most putbacks. Kiki, 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 do you love me? Please keep your hands to yourself, please, because you just know how dynamic she could be, but she could also be on the bench with those quick 3 fouls or 4 fouls. She's coming off a 5-foul game. So I love Kiki in this spot. Also, we've just seen hyper athletic bigs just be tenacious on the Fire. Like Morrow did 13 and 13. Reese did 18 and 12. Nalissa to a lesser degree with less usage, 12 and 10. So this lines up perfectly. You can find the 25 PR for, I want to say, minus 112 on FanDuel. That's my favorite player of today overall.
I love the rebounds prop for her, just straight up the boards. I think it was 8.5 at a playable number earlier today. I like the PR too. V's actually gotten Vsauce finally invested in some WNBA stock, and he's been betting Kiki, and she can cash. She's been on a heater, so it helps that she's been cashing him out, so he's happy about it. So, but yeah, nothing wrong with taking her. I went a little bit of a different route. I like the PR play for Kiki a lot. I went for the rookie, man. I've really been liking betting her over the last 4 to 5 games. We're finally getting her playing starter minutes. Give me Georgia Amore. Is it Amore or Amore? I've heard a couple different pronunciations.
I believe it's Amore, but don't quote me on that one.
Amore. Yeah. I want more of Amore, please. She's been playing a lot more minutes for this Mystics team. I like her games. Her assists have always been nice too, but I like the PA over 12.5 to sit in 3 of the last 4 games. Finally taking a little bit more shots. Playing, like I said, starter minutes now, 28 to 30 a game. And I think that this 12.5 PA line is just a little bit too low. She scored 14 points last game against the Sun. Now, it's the Sun. So yeah, let's not get it twisted. But this, as you mentioned, this Portland defense is not very good. 13th in assists allowed, 10th in points allowed. I think the 12.5 line for PA feels a little bit too low for the rookie. So, but Citrone should get busy. I love the Kiki play. I think Shakira still has a chance to have a good game, even with that minutes restriction. Her rebounding line look interesting too, but I think that this is an opportunity possibly for the Mystics. They've just not really been taking care of business, but I think they may be winning cover here. But
yeah, Sunday early start at home. Granted, Portland's already been on the East Coast, coming from Chicago 2 games, but all the way on the East Coast, team from the West Coast. So early start, we'll see.
Yep, absolutely. All right, let's keep it going. Let's go to Chicago Sky taking on the Aces in Chi-Town today. 7.5-point dogs are the Sky. 180.5-point total. Big boy total today for two teams. Sky defense optional. Vegas hasn't really been great defending either. So this could be one of those track meet style of games. And now, before you talk about what you like, I'm going to tell you my gripe with this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you probably know what I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
I bet Azara Stevens over 17.5 points and rebounds. And the reason why I did that, Flo, is because the last two games, I've flip-flopped between these motherfuckers, between Stevens and Cardoso, and they have burned me both times because I picked the wrong lady.
Yep.
I think that Cardoso could have a good game against the Aces with her PR as well. She's had good matchups with Asia before, when Angel Reese was on the team last year. She just had her best game as a WNBA professional, scoring 30 points and shooting 13 for 13 from the field.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Stevens still hit her PR and shot like shit. So I'm going to take the law of averages here and think that Stevens is going to have a little bit more of a rise. And she's also had good games against the Aces, although it was with the all the games were against when she was with the Sparks.
Yep.
Do you have a similar mind? Are you on Cardoso so I can hate myself, or do you agree with me that it maybe is Stevens at a little bit of a lower line?
You know, it's funny. I didn't take Stevens, but I thought about Cardoso because in the W, whenever it's like a South Carolina player versus South Carolina, you got the Camilla Asia thing. It's like the NBA with Duke. It's like, oh man, they always get up for those matchups. I just realized that I just didn't want to spend my afternoon going against the defensive player of the year, and I just didn't want to torture myself that way. And it's at Melissa Smith, Stevens at Cheyenne Parker Tyus. I like that one better. With Stevens, so much like we saw last game, the shot has to fall. So you're hoping she just plays to the back of her basketball card and she gets some consistency. But I'm right there with you. I looked at both. I didn't take either one, but if I had to pick one, it was Stevens. And I'm still researching it, but man, they're still giving us 2 threes plus 158, 3 plus 410, and 4 plus 1,200 or so. And you know, with her, it could be a 4 for 4 or it could be 0 for 7. It just depends, man.
She has taken 5, 5, and 6 threes in her last 3 games and made 1/3 the last game. So she's hucking them. She's just, as you said, she needs to get some LASIK, I think, but we'll figure it out. I know you said you liked Chelsea Gray in this game, right?
Yes, I do. I did her 7 assists, which are super duper juicy, and it's mine with 158, and I throw in with Asia for 20 points. We don't have to get into the Sky and their paint defense. It's food. We know what time it is. But with Chelsea, what I've noticed is her and Jackie Young keep doing this dueling banjo thing with who's the lead guard.
Yeah.
Chelsea 13 plus potentials in her last 5 games, and the chart's very nice when you see 13 plus potentials. I won't say she's over 6 of 8. Yes, the Sky are a team that are top 5 in assists allowed, but I also like to look at who they played. It's a lot of the Sun and the Fire, but when they played Paige Beckers, they gave up 8. When they played Caitlin Clark, they gave up 10. The Aces are a top 3 offense. When they play top offenses, they tend to struggle. So I think this is a perfect spot for you to see Chelsea Gray just have another masterful game. Just to let everybody know what I did fully. 7 assists plus Asia 20 points. On FanDuel, it's about minus 109. And as I mentioned earlier, I took the 6 Courtney rebounds, 8 Chelsea dimes. 8 Courtney rebounds, double-double. I'll see you guys at the cash register.
Hell yeah. I like this. I took her 9 assists or her 8 assists in a parlay yesterday or the day before. I also bet the 7.5 straight for plus money in a cash. So maybe we continue to ride that wagon. All right, man.
Hold on. One more.
Oh, first basket.
Potentially the return of Chi-Town's Kennedy Carter. Now, the minutes have been so janky, but I'm telling you, this is what I think happened. I'm going to give you a theory. I think she had that comment about AZ Fudd when they had that game where they lost to the Wings. She went at the Rook. She made a comment on social media about I didn't close the game, whatever. She's had 2 comments like that. That and at the end of the Dream game when she talked about she didn't close. They won the game. She was pouting. Asia Wilson liked the comment of someone said under the social media post, hey, this is your new life in the WNBA. Perhaps just fall back. You're with the champions now. Asia liked it. She hasn't played in about 2 weeks. Every game's the same thing. Illness. She's ruled out 2 days before. I think this has been a soft suspension. I think the fact that she's questionable today, I could totally see Becky Hammond saying, okay, I gave you the medicine. I told you to eat your broccoli. Here you go. Here's some chum. Here's the Sky. I know you'll be highly motivated. You could also see a blowout. So what I'm hoping is that we see something where her 10 points is plus money. You'll get this 10 minutes for the game. And I'm taking that all the way up to 20 because I could just totally see this as all right, we're good now. Ready to go win a championship? You're going to win 6th player of the year. I just had to sit you on down because you were wild. Welcome back. So that's what I think is going to happen.
I love you, man. This is why Sook's feeling the same way. The plums are tickling because these are the types of plays that get you out of bed in the morning. Kennedy Carter, you gotta wait, man. You're not gonna get that line, as you said, until about 5 minutes, 2 minutes before tip off. They're gonna throw that up there.
They're gonna put it up. Hope you don't see it.
Yep. They're gonna hope and pray you can lock it in. All right, could be the game of the night, last one, and then we'll love you and leave, and we'll get Chef up here to talk some baseball. Valkyries taking on the Liberty in Golden State late night, 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern, a little primetime game to finish this off this evening. 1.5 point favorites are the Valkyries. 1.5 point dogs are the Liberty. 163.5 point total. Stewie's back. She missed the last game. Back in to the starting lineup. I'm going to hate myself for what I bet in this game, but talk about what you like, and then I'll talk about a couple plays that I have.
I don't have an official in this game. I just have thoughts. Obviously, this will be a game in the mud. It'll be ugly. It'll be dragged down. I desperately wanted to get there on Sabrina Ionescu's points because I'm like, oh, she's back in the Bay. She's from the Bay, and she wants to put on a show. But, like, it's a brutal matchup for all the spots she likes to get to. She's not 100%. Yep. So my only lean for this one was Sabrina Ionescu under PA. Nothing official. That one. Also, Satu Sabli's not in this game. Still looking at the rebounding opportunities. If you see Benigel Lady Hamilton start again, I could see her 4 rebounds being plus money and that in a great spot. So no official play, but I do think rebounds will be there, and I think like it's going to be more of an under type feel for this one.
Yeah, defensive battle for sure. Playoff style atmosphere most likely between these two teams. I got 2 plays, as I said. Probably going to kick myself for not taking some chalk here, but going with my homie. I've been betting her a lot over the last couple of weeks. Leonie Phoebish, baby. Austin just said it in the chat. This might be my favorite play of the entire slate, purely for the plus money. Plus 105 for her 2 threes. I like the points too at 9.5, but they finally bumped this. It was like 8.5, 7.5 for a minute, and then they bumped it up to 9.5, which is I think properly where it should be set. If she ain't hitting 2 to 3 threes, chat, she's not hitting her points line. So I just went ahead and took the threes for the plus money. 3+ 3-pointers in 4 straight games. She has had decent success in this role for this offense. And she's been very good. Obviously, I sniped this before the Stewie news in their last game, and this was free queso. But I'm going to keep taking this as they set this at a playable price. Hasn't really got great games against the Valkyries last season, but again, that was last year. Different team, different situation. So going there for Phoebish, I think she should play enough minutes, as you mentioned, with Satu being on the bench as well, not playing in this one. She'll still have 25 to 30 minutes as well. I like that a lot. And on the other side, this is the one I hate. Absolutely hate this play, but I got to bet it because I bet her yesterday or the day before yesterday. And Flo, she didn't do jack fucking shit. She did a whole bunch of nothing against the Atlanta Dream. Nada. Kayla Thornton, 2 boards, 0 points, a whole bunch of booty cheeks. But I'm betting her today. I'm betting the bounce back.
I like that. Little revenge narrative. Good matchup.
4 straight games she's taken on the Liberty. She's hit this line. She had 11 points and 5 boards against them earlier this season. Kayla, talk to me. Shoot the damn basketball. Please shoot the ball. If you shoot it like 4 to 5 times, we're probably getting over this with ease. But she's got to shoot. She hasn't been doing that recently. Gabby's in a good spot, too. I think she should have a good game against this Liberty team, but I'm taking a little bit of a shot in the dark at a low line. This is a good ladder spot for Thornton as well. In her last 4 games against the Liberty, again, one of them being this season, she's had 10 points in all of those games. Her 8.5 is her points line if you want to take that as well. So I don't feel good about this one, but I looked at the numbers, and she just burned me. So I'm hoping that she kind of looked herself in the mirror after that game and said, hey, let's shoot the basketball some, huh? Sounds good. So yeah, those are the 2 I like in the late night game. Should be a good one though. Like you mentioned, should be a fun game.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, good to see you, man. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the skies are still blue and orange. I heard.
Yes, they are, man. It's still, everyone's still on that champagne high, man. It's, customary, like an Alabama fan sees another Alabama fan. They'll say roll tide. A Knicks fan sees a Knicks fan and says Knicks in 5. Right, life man. Is beautiful. It's amazing. I hope everyone has a blessed day. I'm so happy to be here, man. Let's make some money. Have a great Sunday, everyone. And vibes are high.
Vibes are high indeed. Good to see you, Flo. Have a great Sunday. Take it easy, man. Later, brother.
What a goat.
What a goat. Go follow at Stefan Florival. We'll have him on the network. We'll bring back the W full hour here soon. Obviously, with World Cup action, we kind of got to keep rocking and rolling with it. But Cole, we appreciate Flo as well. The man, the myth, the legend. We'll have to, I think what's his favorite was Kiki, right? I think we can put Kiki in the parlay.
Still, Flo, Kiki was your favorite? See you
Kiki's,
down there. So.
I think you said that's the POD. Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, Kiki, do you love me? That means veal tail. That's what's important. Okay, let's finish this off here, Sook. Let's get Chef up here to bring up the hub and talk about what we like on the MLB streets today, and then we'll cook the parlay and we'll get out of here. Thanks for tuning in right here on the Betting News Network for another beautiful hour on a Sunday to get you ready to rock and roll on this slate today. We talked some World Cup earlier. We just talked some WNBA with Flo, and now let's jump to the diamond with everybody's favorite chef, Chef T. What's up, buddy?
Hey, guys.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
Hold on.
Oh, wait.
Hold on. Okay. Are we here?
Wait, we're here. I don't have ears anymore, but we're here.
Yeah.
So
We're here. We're all good. Okay.
What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Okay.
Thanks for
Good to
waiting.
see you.
Yes, sir. Talk to me about the baseball today. What are we liking? I know you've been up since late last night. A lot of early games on the slate today. So take me through what you like on the baseball streets.
Yeah, as we continue to go through the season, every single day there's different pieces of data, and I'm finding some really nice angles for some guys that do certain things versus different pitchers, sleepers that barreling at a certain rate but might not have good ISO or XWOBA or something like that. So I made these sheets, posted them online to say, here's guys that do this, here's guys that do this, here's guys that do this, instead of just like, this is the best guy overall, you know, because then that pitcher throws that guy the, pitch that he throws 3% of the time and strikes him out twice, and then he grounds out twice. And it's like, oh, okay, well, none of that shit mattered that we just talked about for 40 minutes for that one guy. The pitcher obviously is a paid professional sports player and threw him the pitch that we didn't expect him to, you know what I mean? So yes, we have some good sleepers. There's a couple of, and like I said the other day, really focusing on money lines and over unders as well, hard as of late. And today we get Rangers for plus money, which is my favorite play of the day.
Okay.
They were plus 118. They're now plus 108. CLV bitch, and lines moving in my favor. So give me the Rangers and the over in that game. I think we see a good game there. And top of the list there is Corey Seager. We're playing against Shane Bieber, who got rocked in his last outing. Toronto, obviously. Versus the Astros. So his data for this year is a little bit shaky. I'm gonna keep rocking with it. I think the Rangers come out and they do a good job against Bieber. So obviously people are gonna say, oh, it's a small sample, obviously, but give me that against Kumar Rocker, who I think does a good job, and the Rangers pull it out for plus money.
That one starts in a half hour, Chad, if you'd like to get involved with that Rangers-Blue Jays game. Rangers versus plus Cheeky. Do you want to talk about Buxton, as I see that you are Byron Buxton today?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, some of these guys are just absolutely insane, right? Just like literally Byron Buxton, you see him at, plus 185 or plus 200, and it's like, horrible price. And I know there's people out there, that the price isn't worth it. Okay, well, it's gonna hit. So I don't know what you want to tell. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Going up against Feltner, and he destroys everything Feltner throws at him. So give me Byron Buxton. He's the top of the list for the hub today overall. But like I said, I posted on Twitter, if you guys want to look, we've got sleepers, we've got strike zone edges that and if you ever have any questions, DM SPJ, because my DMs are shot to shit. He'll explain everything to you.
I am Chef's personal DM reader, and then I filter it to who deserves to talk to Chef after that. So I'm like the moat to your castle.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
No, but check them out. Yeah. My favorite 2 cards. So I put 5 cards out there. My favorite 2 are the sleepers and the pitch mix matchup. So I posted the top pitch mix matchup as like the top tweet. And you've got some really good odds for some of these guys. Callahan, number 2 for the Pirates, is he's a rookie, I believe, but he does fantastic against his pitch mix, and he's been destroying the ball. So that's one of my second favorite too. And then you've got other, but give me Callahan on the Pirates for, and I think that game goes over as well. So
I like you and I. We'll do a little 2-teamer. Well, actually, since you're here, before we cook the parlay of the day, I feel like we're going to do Buxton in the lay for the bases for the parlay for the Betty 4. Let's do our 2-teamer right now, just because I know that we'll be texting, but then neither one of us will hear from each other for 2 hours because we get busy and then we don't do it. So, I asked you, do you like Brian Reynolds or do you like Jorge Soler better? Because I think that Angels Athletics game has the potential to be a nuke fest over 9.5 in Angel Stadium this afternoon. Have you had a chance to dive deep into that one yet?
I have. Let me just.
Oh, never mind.
Soler's, I do like Reynolds. Oh wow, they both look fantastic.
Soler's not playing, so don't worry about that.
Oh, sorry, you cut.
Can you hear me?
Oh, Soler's not playing. You said.
Yeah, he's not. He's not in the lineup. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Reynolds, it is.
That game starts in 30 minutes, but yeah. All right. So Brian, you down with Reynolds?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go, Brian. Then. So Brian Reynolds, first leg, and then which one do you want to put in here? Should we just do chalky?
You got Brian Reynolds, and then give me. There's I don't know if you guys have seen the clips on Twitter about Basalo snapping that bat twice over his leg for striking out. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Oh yeah, he. I think he went back-to-back strikeouts or back-to-back days, and he snapped the bat over his leg in 2 days.
Jesus.
Actually, now that I'm saying that, like he might be just like too much in his head, and I don't want to take him. So let me pull back on that. Give me somebody from the Mariners. Is Canzoni playing?
Let me look.
Somebody from the Mariners.
I don't see odds for Canzoni.
Actually, hold on. No, okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm doing this. We're doing it. I'm doing it.
Cal Raleigh's plus 360. J Rod's plus 500.
Give me Cowser. Cowser on the Orioles. Yep.
Cowser on the Orioles. Who are they playing today?
Nationals.
Oh yeah, that game starts. This is early, Chef. Early 2-teamers. You said Cowser, eh?
Yeah. I'll post it right now.
Plus 20. I'm getting plus 26.44.
Cowser and who was your guy?
Brian Reynolds from the Pirates.
Brian Reynolds from the Pirates. Colton Cowser from the Orioles. What did you say you got?
Plus 26.44.
I got 28.15.
Nice. There you go. I used a bonus on it. All right. There's Chef and I's little 2-teamer for the home run. He's about to post that if you'd like to get involved. And we'll have Buxton in the parlay. You said you like the Rangers plus money line piece early start here in the next half hour on the MLB streets. And then we'll follow Chef obviously on the hub and check out his sheets for the rest of the action all day today, as we shall have some fun on the diamond. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you guys. What's next for you guys? We're
gonna cook the parlay. So we already talked about the Canada-South Africa game. You want to hang out with us while we cook the parlay? Do you got some time?
I got 6 minutes and then I'll dip.
That's about how much time we're going to spend on this, since we're over time anyway. All right, let's cook then. So we're starting with Buxton from yours. So do you got anything else you want to mention today?
No. Let's cook.
Okay. All right, let's cook. Okay, so we got Buxton. Base. You said bases, right?
2+.
His bases are minus 160. Are you guys okay with that? Or take 3 HRR, which is probably plus money.
Let me see what the prices are here for that Twins game. I'm seeing 2+ for minus 125 for Buxton bases.
That's fine.
Okay. 2 bags. We're gonna tail Sook, you good to tail Shags and take the under in the South Africa-Canada game?
Yeah, and then I think we just go Natasha Howard PR and Kiki PR, no?
Sure. That Howard.
four.
Well, actually, that's I got early stuff. I was going to say Phoebish 2+3s to tuck us in later tonight, but I'm down to go Howard. Let's do Howard. Let's not overthink it. That's what you liked. I'm into it.
Just because you guys both saw it in like good ways. You like the PR, he likes the points ladder.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you guys repeat your a home run play just real quick for the people? They're trying to get it in.
Chef just posted it, but it's Brian Reynolds and Colton Cowser.
Perfect.
All right, so links. This is all kind of early. We're going to have to get the parlay out here pretty quickly, but if you're with us right now, you guys will be tailing because we know and we love you. Natasha Howard, 23.5 PR, and then Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Yes, we are. For her PR. Just cook this up here. I'm going to do 25 plus, eat some juice. I'll actually do 24 plus. Fuck it. Let's just do the 25.
Yep.
All right, plus 1165. Byron Buxton, 2 bases, under 2.5 in the South Africa-Canada game as the knockout rounds begin in the World Cup. Natasha Howard, 23.5 points and rebounds for the Wings in the Lynx game. And then Kiki Iriafen from the Mystics, 25.5 PR. That is plus 1165. That is your Betspresso foe on a beautiful Sunday. If you would like to tail, bet responsibly as always.
For show.
I'm going to get that for show. I'm going to get that for show. For show. All right.
Do you guys talk about when you guys are coming to Chicago again?
Not yet. But chat, we will have our Betting News Year 3 meetup live and in person. We're going to have some more stuff to do for the weekend that we end up doing it. We haven't talked about a date yet, but it will be happening very soon, most likely in Chi-Town. So Chef will be there with us as well. Look out for news on that as we get closer and closer to the start of football. Can you believe football's right around the corner, Jeffrey?
Oh my God, I can't wait. This summer has been fun.
Oh yeah.
And shifting the focus and trying to really hone in on money lines and over unders, etc. But football will be here in a month and a half, right? Month and a half.
Pretty much the World Cup is going to end. Like the World Cup is going to end. The final is in like the middle of July, and then we've got like a 2-week break, and then it's NFL preseason. So it's going to be a fun next month of July. 4th of July next weekend, obviously, as well as we enter into the beginning of July. Also, it's going to be incredibly hot next week, chat, across the entire United States. Looks like I'm freezing in Canada. It's funny. I'm flying to Florida tomorrow to see my in-laws. I'm going to be in Florida all week next week. And it's going to be hotter in Nashville next week than it is going to be in Florida by that massive heat wave that's moving in. So
Super El Nino or something they were saying.
It is, yeah. So be cautious out there, Chad. If you get into some outdoor frivolities and activities later, we'll see you tomorrow. Obviously, I'm not saying goodbye to you.
Stay hydrated. Mix in the water. Make sure you mix in the water.
Mix in the water with the beveraginos. W Dad. You guys got 5 minutes? Should we play Build a Player?
I got to go.
That?
Sook's got to leave. That's fine.
All right. Play. What is it?
Hang on. Sook, Chef wants to play. Sook, you gonna leave?
Yeah, I'm gonna dip. I'm gonna go get ready. I'm gonna go watch this Canada game at a bar. I'm gonna meet some friends.
Will you post the parlay for the kids on the timeline?
Yes, I will. Can you double check it? I did text it to you, and then I'll post it before I get active here. But can't wait to see what kind of quarterback you guys build.
All right, it's gonna be fun.
I'll see you guys tomorrow for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Sounds good, Sookman. Enjoy the day. Go Canada. And the parlay does look correct from Mr. Brar. Let's go. All right, Steph. So have you not played this game, Build a Player?
No.
All right, let me pull it up here. It's fun. And then we will love you guys and leave you. Parlay's scrolling at the bottom of the screen if you would like to tail as we have this last little bit of the show for you guys. Okay. All right, so basically what it is, Chef, is we're building a quarterback. And you have to, you see that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. So it's easy. All right. Got it. So if you spin and we can choose from Chargers. Oh, Justin Herbert. Let's go. So we get to choose from all these different things. Can you see that? Like arms, A+, build A- for processing is actually a really good start getting Herbert.
Okay.
I think we go arm A+. Get the nice little A+ there. Start us off. Down with that?
Oh, so it already does it for you.
Well, you choose which physical attribute, and we're going to spin and spin and spin, and we're going to build a quarterback, basically.
Okay, but it just shows you the grade like he has that. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do arm A+?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so arm A+. Jets. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my Lord.
Who is this?
Yeah, right. He's the Jets backup. So there's 2 respins that we get, but it keeps the same team and just respins another quarterback on the roster. So the Jets are terrible. I don't want to respin and waste it to possibly get Geno Smith. I think we just use his legs at B-. Feels fine.
Oh God. Okay.
So that's the best case scenario here.
Okay.
All right, let's keep it going. Seahawks, Darnold. Yeah, Sam Darnold. Let's go. Accuracy and touch, A-. Or we can do playmaking, creativity, or processing, B+. We go accuracy, no? A-.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, accuracy and touch. All right, let's keep it rolling. Spin again. Texans, CJ Stroud. Yeah, oh my God, we're cooking right now. All right, so we can do build B, processing B, leadership B+, or playmaking, creativity
Yeah,
B.
his playmaking, I think. Yeah.
Playmaking, creativity B.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. Oh, we are looking nice. Raiders, Mendoza.
Oh wow.
Let's go build B+. I don't think we're going to get any better than that.
Okay.
All right, so build B+ for Mendoza. This is looking good, Chef. Jaguars, Trevor. Yes! Holy shit. We usually get this is the best I've ever done this. All right, so B for all of these are B's for Trevor. So processing, leadership, vision, and pocket presence.
I would say pocket presence.
Okay, let's go pocket presence for Trevor. Dolphins. Oh, there's a. All right, we got to spin. We can respin for the Dolphins, I guess. Hopefully get Malik Willis. Nope. Processing B-. That'll work for viewers. That's fine. Decent score there. Okay, let's keep it going here. Bengals, Joe Burrow. Damn it, Josh Johnson. Shit. Let's try to respin here. Try to get Burrow since we've got 2 more slots to fill and just hope we get we either get Flacco actually either. That's fine. Leadership B- or vision B?
Leadership.
Vision? Leadership?
The vet. He's a vet.
Go with the vet. All right. Oh, Brock. Fuck.
Brock Jones is good.
Yeah, vision C. 82. Damn, I haven't started out so well. All right, so you see this entire thing. You see the score up here, 82.
Yeah.
And so now we'll simulate the season. You get to pick which team you're on. Ooh,
Okay.
The Lions. 82 overall. We're cooking. Let's see how the season goes. Oh, we're making the playoffs. 12 and 5.
Right.
All right, we're doing good. 5 wins in a row to finish out the season. 4,300 passing yards. That looks nice.
Wow.
Okay, let's see how we do in the offs.
Oh, okay.
Rams.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
Come on.
Uh-oh. Early round exit.
Come on.
Can we score again? Come on. Oh, no, we're cooked.
What? That is bull.
That's typical Lions for you right there. Falling apart.
What is it? What is it? Is it the Rams with Myles Garrett? Is that who we're expecting?
And Aaron Donald probably as well.
All right.
Yeah. All right, man. Well,
All right, dude.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right.
See you, buddy. All right, closing out the show solo. Thanks for being here on the Betting News Network to send you off into the Sunday sun. We talked about the World Cup with Cheds. We talked about the WNBA with Flo. We talked about what's going down on the MLB streets, the Chef T, and then we cooked the parlay, which is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, the Betspresso 4. If you want to tail and get after it with us right here on the network. We'll be back to you guys tomorrow. Different schedule this week, so pay attention on the timeline if you're following us on X or on Twitch or on YouTube. There will be no any given wager in the morning. Shags will be live for the morning spread, though, to start off your Monday morning. So just be on the lookout and turn those noties on for when we go live. You guys came for the winners. You stayed for the vibes. Have a fantastic Sunday. Enjoy the knockout rounds of the World Cup and whatever you get up to today on this beautiful Sunday. Catch you in the next one, chat.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Riding in the deep. Down in the deep. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. About rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling. What you gonna do? Down in the rolling. What you What you know about